Hey everyone. So, I'm actually just so excited for this one. This review isn't like the normal weapon reviews at all. We're using one of my 3 favorite builds, the powerful Sorcery build. So, Sorcery is honestly all about range, which is the real reason I'm using the Lothric Knight Longspear on this build. So for once, this is a build I actually knew exactly where I wanted to go with. So basically, what you want to do with sorcery is keep your distance. That's the main thing. A lot of the spells are long distance hammering attacks. So you can do a lot of damage from a distance before your enemies can even reach you. And if they do manage to reach you, you typically have a pretty long weapon. I mean, you can be as tanky as any other build with a Sorcerer. You just don't need to, honestly. I mean, sure, every build needs vigor, but you don't need as much with a Sorcerer because your enemies aren't going to hit you as often, seeing as you can just polarize them from a distance. Now, not all sorceries are long range, but most of the ones you want to use are. I'd say the only close range sorcery that's any good is the Fair and Flash Sword, which is kind of broken as long as you have focus. So because it is a weapon review, technically we're reviewing the Sorcerer's Staff. But, I mean, the Sorcerer's Staff is a catalyst, so technically we're reviewing sorceries, not the catalyst. Because that's really what a catalyst is. It's just something you use to cast things. That's all a catalyst really is. The only thing that really matters with a catalyst is what is the spell buff, which means how much is it gonna boost the effectiveness of your spell. Now, the other thing that matters is how much of whatever stat it requires it is. So, like, sorcery catalysts, aka staffs, require intelligence. Faith catalysts, chimes, and talismans require faith, of course. And pyromancy ones, they're interesting. They require both stats. So yeah, if you want to do a mage of any kind, those are the 3 types of magic. I'm also working on another build utilizing the hazel pick. I don't know if I've showed you guys that build yet or not. I need to check back on old videos. But I might very well have shown you that video, that build. Yeah, so if you want to keep your enemies at a distance, you want to use a weapon like the Lothric Knight Longspear, or the, or a Scythe. You don't want to use anything too big on a Sorcerer build, because they're expensive enough already. So you don't want to put too much into Dex or Strength. You really don't want to do anything more than 2020. Which is kind of ironic, because that's what year it is right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just woke up. So yeah, now that the logistics of the catalyst are out of the way, let's talk about how I feel about this item personally. So, the Sorcerer's Staff can be acquired as soon as you launch the game simply by choosing the Sorcerer. It's not a hard catalyst to get, and it's one of the better sorcery catalysts. I'd say if you're gonna do a different catalyst, the Immolation Tinder's probably your best bet. It does count as a sorcery staff and a halberd, so you got both in one. You've got both your normal weapon and your catalyst in one. But this thing is pretty cool. It's not much of a looker. It's not much to look at. I'll admit that, but it's a base item that doesn't require much intelligence to use. You can get it literally as soon as you start the game. It allows you to cast literally any miracle you have the intelligence for. Not miracle, sorry. Sorcery. So what do I think of this weapon personally? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I think it's a very cool item simply because it's a very early sorcery catalyst. Now, sorceries are one of those things that it's just like, if you're not exactly sure where you want to go with your build, it's the kind of thing you would want to do, because with sorcery you could go dark, you could go magic, you could go ice even. There's a couple ice spells, like Snap Freeze. Pyromancy has some weird ones too, like Boulder Heave, which is a little strange because it's not fire in any way. And Poison Mist, which is poison, obviously. But sorcery's the most variable type of magic. I mean, you have sorcery, dark, magic, sorry, not sorcery. So sorcery has magic, dark, which is the most powerful type of elemental damage. Ice. I don't know any others personally, but basically do a little research and you can find what type of magic is right for you. I like sorceries, but my favorites are Faith and Pyro. It's my least favorite of the magic types, but I like it simply because it is magic and it's very, very variable.